everyone. Hope everyone is doing great. I know it's been, every time I say this, but it's always been a while since I last uploaded a video, and I've just realized the most recent upload, which was like over 3 months ago, was very well received, and it was on the topic of Danmei, and I thought it would be a good opportunity for me to start this sort of series on my favorite Danmeis and anything revolving around this topic. I just wanted to show off the new TV that I got, which is the Samsung Scribd. It's beautiful. It was playing Lana's unreleased music. I just muted it, and this background is just beautiful. So yeah, I wanted to start out the series very strong with my personal favorite, which would be the slice of life. So if you don't know what this sort of subgenre is, I don't know how people categorize slice of life, but it's one of my favorite kind of topic that contemporary novels write about, which essentially is everyday life. It can be people who are younger, they're still in high school, discovering their first love and falling in love, and all the very sweet and slightly bitter and sometimes anxious kind of feelings. And it could also be people who are very much into their adulthood and have at one point been heartbroken, been destroyed, and no longer believe in love, but luck would have it, they would be able to meet someone and really being falling head over heels over this new person, and on goes, the rest becomes history. So today I want to talk about slice of life, and I want to start off very strong with Saye, and I think some of the translation has been running wild or running free of something along those sort. Essentially, it's written by this author who I absolutely adore. Her name is WUZHE, and she has a huge following in China, but I don't think her novels are as popular in the English-speaking community. I'm not 100% sure if her works have been 100% completed in terms of translation. But if you by any chance can read Chinese, or if you don't mind machine translated novels, definitely give her work a try. Saye is my absolute favorite. It's sort of the beginning of my journey into the rabbit hole of Danmei. And there's also like something about coin. I'll list all of the titles that I know of, the English translation up there. I believe I have mentioned one of my favorite in this semi-annual sort of freakouts hack 2 years ago, and the girl who was working on the translation actually commented, so that was very sweet. I'll definitely link everything that I can find. So essentially her work are very much revolving around high school aged children, in my mind children, but you know, they're teenagers, and some of them have very much problematic family, so they grew up in a very problematic environment that can be very destructive, but they, you know, met someone in their everyday life. It could be at school. I think some of them is just randomly down at like in front of a train station or something. Essentially, some of them are more of hate to love relationship. Some of them they click right away as friends, and that slow burn, slowly, gradually evolve into a full-on, very passionate romantic relationship. Oh my gosh, I love this novel, by the way. It's my year of rest and relaxation. I don't know why this becomes the profile or the display picture, but I'm not mad about it. Anyway, so her novels, if you are in it for a good ride that's, you know, very relatable, no matter what your gender is, what your sexual orientation is, you will find elements that you can relate to a deeper personal level. And I personally find a lot of these sort of the growth and character development very inspiring and motivating for my personal sort of preference, and I really grow throughout the book super fond of the characters, and they become kind of like my children, and watching them become successful and overcoming the family that they've been brought up in. It's very bittersweet, but also very heartwarming seeing them becoming so strong and powerful and positive and uplifting. So all of her novels have a sort of bittersweet tone, but it definitely has, all of them I believe had good, very strong positive endings, and it's very satisfying. So I definitely want to recommend her work if you want to read about younger children, younger teenagers, or more like young adult age range. And yeah, and all of them have this sort of common element is they all love to gift handmade crafts as gift. I think some of them gift out like handmade bracelets or anklet, and they've all like created something. Or another one is like this little metal necklace that has the other, like the love interest name as a joke in it, and say like something along the line of, if you find him, return him to me. So it's like claiming ownership, but in the sweetest possible way. And another one of my favorite authors, what I'm going to do is mostly recommend authors, because you will find a lot of Danmei authors have sort of a similar writing style among all of her work. So this one is Sanjo, which is kind of like not asking for 3 and 9 if you translate very directly. And hers are more grown-up adults, like 30 and above age, and very mature, very strong-minded individuals. And they're sort of there's this common element in a lot of her stories, is that people who are in love and then something happen and they break up and they get back together after overcoming all of those hurdles and hardships. And one of my favorite is like, I think it's been completed and the title is I Still Wear a Jacket After Our Divorce or something along those lines. So it's like a hypothetical world where gay marriage is legal in China. I think the two characters, one of them is a celebrity, very A-list, top tier, very strong, very well-known movie star, and the other is a very well-known, very smart intellectual being who's an author. They met when the author was extremely young, and they kind of grew up together. The movie star is more of like a caretaker personality, and they, after I think 10 or 11 years or something along those lines, for a decade, I believe, something very small that kind of sparked their outbreak, and they got a divorce, and both of them are completely heartbroken, and they went on this reality TV show where they are still married to the public's eye, but they were really trying to hide their sort of brokenness in their relationship. And through those, you know, spending all the time together and being filmed by the crew, they obviously rekindled their passion for each other and mend their relationship and come on stronger. So all of them again have a very bittersweet but also heartwarming tone to it. The other one that I love from her is Tattoo, which essentially, again, I think exactly 30-year-old, this college or university professor who just got broken up and was celebrating his birthday alone, and he met this really attractive guy at the bar, I think at a gay bar, and he you know, shared a table with him, and it was kind of love at first sight because he was very much his type. And the guy is a tattoo artist, so the title is Tattoo, and there's some very sort of inspiring quote in it that I've felt very strongly for. It has a very mature tone in the sense that everyone's very just independent, strong being. They don't let romance overtake their judgment or everyday life. They still live very independently. They take care of their career. They're very strong, career-minded people, but they also are very determined once they are interested in someone to pursue, very focused, laser focused on pursuing this guy. And it was just very nice to see. And even though it's a fictional world, just because nowadays people are just so casual about everything, and it's very hard to find that very strong, determined, and level of thoughtfulness, and it's very nice to see someone so serious. And it's obviously the writing style is really nice as well. It's very easy to get into. There's the Stars Around the Sun. Again, it's fake celebrity. It kind of took inspiration from Call Me by Your Name or Call Me by My Name. Oh my gosh, I'm like blanking out. But you know the Timothée Chalamet film that everyone adored. Essentially those two celebrities, one is like top tier movie star, one is more like an idol turned actor, so not as well respected. They were in this movie together, and it was about a couple essentially breaking up in the long run. And the younger idol turned actor guy got really emotionally attached and grew feelings for the other actor. And at first, the other one, who I think just got divorced in a heterosexual relationship, was not interested. He was very just professional outside of set. He was just treating him as a colleague and coworker. But that level of sort of professionalism eventually grew into suppressed emotional feelings for him, and it's very sort of angsty and that slow burn kind of tone that I always love. At this point, you probably already know the general elements that I love in a novel. So they eventually, is the idol turned actor really openly confessing his feelings for the other guy, and the other guy slowly showing signs that he actually has so much feelings for the other idol turned actor guy, very deep down, but he has a very sort of skeptical outlook towards romantic relationship, also about him kind of healing and changing his mind about this romance. And there's this one thing that like really touched me was, I think they were visiting the older guys or the older actors' hometown. It was a really old house, and I think they hired like this top tier celebrity photographer to take a wedding photography for them. And at first, because the top tier like movie star is so handsome, attractive, successful, the photographer was like, wow, he's such a catch, like what is so special about this actor guy? He's so whatever. But the two of them, the couple, looked at each other, and the younger idol actually teared up because he had so much emotions for the other guy and so much feelings. And I remember there's this saying in the book that the photographer was like, it must be something along the line must be so painful but also strong to find someone that you tear up just by looking at them. It's just very passionate and beautiful. So those are the few books that I personally adore. In slice of life, slow burn, slightly angsty sort of topic, I'll definitely list more recommendations down in the info bar. And if you have any questions or genre or subgenres or categories or elements of Danmei that you are interested in learning more, or any question you have about Danmei, feel free to let them in the comment section below. I'll definitely get back to them. Maybe not on time because I'm really bad at checking my phone, but I'll definitely get back to you. And you can always Instagram, DM me, asking me about anything. I'll lift all the information down below. So thank you so much for tuning in today, and have a lovely, beautiful day, and I hope you get down deeper into the rabbit hole of Danmei and enjoy them.